Hi everyone, and welcome to a timeless energy reading, tarot and oracle reading. We're actually going to be dealing with today energy, or talking about today rather is probably a better way to say it, with energy coming in from our ancestors, okay? And whatever that ancestor means to you, but I'm using my ancestor themed decks. So we have pile 1, this card or this Sunstone crystal, pile 2, this card or the Smokey Quartz crystal, and pile 3, this card or the Kyanite crystal. Okay, so choose the pile number, the card, or the crystal that calls to you, and I will see you in your reading. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1, this card, or this Sunstone crystal. This is your reading. Okay, we're going to do an overall energy here. I'm using my Guardian and Shaman decks, so we're going to do live tarot at the end, as well as a card pulled from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So let's get started. Pile 1, overall energy. Treat your body well. Okay, treat your body well. High Priest, Holy One, Tracker, and Deep Quiet. All right, pile 1. Let's just take a look here and see. So with treat your body well, it says exercise. Now, I will always say, like I do at the beginning of all videos, if you're new here, and thank you to my people that come back and watch all the time, and I appreciate that. But for anyone new that's coming in, I talk about how each card can be an individual message for you, pile 1, but we do read them as a whole as well. So treat your body well, exercise, meditate, massage. And then over here we have deep quiet, meditation, and stillness. So I feel for you, pile 1, the message that the ancestors are bringing through is you need a little time out, or you need a change to your routine, okay? Because if you are overworked, if you are tired, if you are just run ragged, worn out, whatever it may be it that you have, it's self-inflicted because we do it to ourselves, or maybe even if you have an illness of some sort and you just need to, again, take that time out and just recoup a bit, all right? That could be a message for some of you, but I really feel that we have meditate twice here. As I say to people all the time, meditation, when you're just starting out, maybe just try sitting quiet with your mind for a few minutes. If you play music along with it, like a meditation music, I think that if you can concentrate on the music, it keeps you from getting thoughts in your mind. That could be just a bit of advice for someone. And start small. You don't have to be meditating for 15 or 20 minutes at a time in the beginning, and you may never want to meditate that long. You may prefer to do little 5 to 10 minute meditations multiple times throughout the day. It's whatever works for you, but there is a strong message here that you need to do that. And when I look at the High Priest, intend and create, and Holy One, inspiration, I feel that for some of you, they're really letting you know, look, if you take on the energy of, say, the High Priest, someone who can make their manifestations, it's like the Magician, I want to say, in the tarot deck, right? You have at your hands the ability to do and create whatever it is that you want, but you have to believe it and have faith in it, right? So if you intend to create a more healthy lifestyle for yourself with, say, eating and exercise, perfect. If you want to create a more healthy lifestyle for yourself where you are taking time out for yourself each day to nurture and care and love yourself, then that's what it is. But they're saying you have the ability to do that. It really is. It's kind of, you know, the word we all don't like, especially when it comes to diet, lifestyle change, but it is. Once you make the decision to do it, I'm coming down here to the tracker card. And the thing that keeps coming in is I used to watch this show and I don't remember the name of it, but he was on horseback and he was a tracker and they would send people out and he would have to track them down. Anyway, very focused. That's what I want to say about a tracker. But even just think like watching movies or whatever, right? Or if you do it yourself even. Very, very focused, right? Like you are focused on finding that trail, finding that path, finding those footsteps, finding a twig that's broken, whatever it is. And you can't be distracted. You can't allow distractions to come in. And I feel like that's what they're saying, you know, like really kind of get laser focused like a tracker and make it happen. And you have the ability to do it. Believe in yourself that you can. And if you don't with inspiration, I'm going to come to Holy One, but I just want to deal with inspiration. Maybe, you know, look, you're on YouTube. Go to videos that may be inspiring for you that will help to give you ideas on how to do that, right? An app, whatever it is. There's all kinds of stuff out there to help you along your way if you have great ideas or even need some good ideas, right? To start making it happen, find inspiration elsewhere from another person. Holy One, talk to God, talk to Source, talk to Universe, whomever it is that you go to for your higher power and your guidance, okay? We have your ancestors here. We have the shamans here. We have the guardians here. Okay, we have everyone here who can help you. Rely on them, call on them to help give you the power and the strength and the clear thinking and the great ideas to make it happen. All right, I think that's the main message, pile one. Let's get into some tarot here and see what the tarot has to say. Further guidance, clarification, confirmation of what's already on the table. I also want to say with this card too, because it kind of reminds me of the Grand Canyon, right? That maybe if you were standing up on one of these peaks, you would be able to see big picture as well to give you more ideas or to really kind of expand what it is that you may already be doing for self-care, treating your body well. Okay, let's get 3 cards here. 4 of Swords. Love it, because it goes right here with meditation and stillness, deep quiet. And what I said at the very beginning, take a little time out. See, she's looking exhausted, we'll say, is a word, or just, oh, I'm at my wit's end. Take a little time out. Because if you do that, it will be successful. You will be successful. You'll have all that joy. And the 6 of Wands is celebration, right? But that harmony, balance, all of those things will come back into your life. And the Fool. So if you take a little time out and focus on the success that you want, right? Like the tracker, the high priest, you focus on what it is that you want and you plant those seeds. We always say plant seeds. It's just easy to say. Basically, you just put that intention out there, whether it's a mantra, whether you write it down, whether you speak it aloud, whatever it may be for you. It will be successful because it's time for a new beginning. It's time to start taking care of yourself, pile one. And that can be mentally, physically, or emotionally, okay? Now, I want to get one of these little cards here because I love these. Little totem deck, I think it is. Okay, that one came out. Breathe. Take a few deep breaths and accept that sometimes things just don't make much sense. Soon enough, everyone will come to their senses to see the situation for what it is. That could be an additional message for someone. I think that I'm just going with breathe. We're talking about meditation. We're talking about taking time out. I said, even if you don't want to call it meditation, just sit and do deep breaths quietly while listening to some meditation music, okay? Or for some of you, that message could actually be about something specific in your life. Now, with this Mystical Shaman Oracle, I love these cards, but the book is so fantastic, okay? So I'm actually going to go there to pull the final message out, okay? So stand still. Oh, they are really they're really driving this home for you, okay? But let's actually take a look at stand still. I'm quite excited. Sometimes when the book is just so good, you have to go there. And what I love is there is the essence, the invitation, and the medicine. That's what I love about this book. So the essence is a symbol of pausing, the act of observation and breathing space. It represents the benefits of temporary non-action as well as what happens when one is stuck. And that's what I said. I feel like right now you're stuck in a habit of doing something that's not necessarily so good for you in the long term. The invitation, when things seem to stall or stagnate, or when you feel stuck, the symbol appears as a reminder that constant action isn't going to get you where you want to go, right? So just like, oh no, I'll trudge through, go. No, perhaps it's time to gather more information or just wait until the universe makes the next move. No matter what, this moment is a beautiful gift orchestrated in your favor. Enjoy it. Let the universe bring all the parts together for the highest good. Go and play, recharge, and take the focus off whatever has stalled. Life will get busy again for you sooner than you think. The medicine, time to get out of analysis paralysis. Stand still invites you to turn within, breathe, and recognize this is the condition of the moment. It allows you the opportunity to bear witness to whatever is going on before movement resumes. There is also an opportunity to abort a project, to exit before damage. And it may also be time to relieve you of an unnecessary burden that you took on without considering the cost. Which one it is depends on your stopping, taking a breath, quieting your mind, and removing all distractions, right? We were talking about distractions here with the tracker. No distractions. Then you can make your next move in a grounded, relaxed, detached way. When something doesn't go the way you think it should, remember the following: what is yours cannot be taken away. I love that message. There were parts of it that completely tied in with the cards on the table. And then there were some little nuggets in there that may have been individual messages for some of you. So pile one, this is your message. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time. I appreciate all of you who keep coming back reading after reading. That's what, helps my channel to grow. And if you want to share this video with people that you think may be going through this or need to hear it's okay to slow down and take a break, please forward it to them. Thank you so much, pile one. Hi to those of you who chose pile two, this card or this Smokey Quartz crystal. This is going to be your timeless energy reading. We're dealing with the topic of guardians, ancestors. I have shaman decks here, ancestor decks here. Those are my theme decks for this read. All right, let's see what they have to say, okay? Main overall energy, go after your goals. Persist, encourage, advance. Well, that's a pretty strong message right out of the gate. Let's see what other cards we have to go along with it to give us more clarification, okay? Sage, words, okay, writer, all right. Sacred mountain, and eyes of the eagle. And I just want to say, just look how these cards, right, kind of With the colors are going together. I love it when that happens. So this is going to be pretty cut and dry, pile 2. This is going to be pretty cut and dry. They want you to go after your goals. They want to encourage you to do it. They want you to move forward with it. They want you to be persistent. We have the Sage card. Be devoted and committed. I mean, the wise sage, right? The knower, the person that you would go to be a mentor, because not only will you learn from them, you will not only learn from them, but I mean, it's almost like you soak in their wisdom at the same time. And I just mean the wisdom as in common sense and that need or want to do good for others and to teach others. I feel like you learn from them, yes, literally, but then that other bit, just you just soak in that energy into your own being. Okay? And for some of you, that's what you're being called to do. It can be in many different ways. It doesn't have to be just in job. It doesn't have to be just in relationship or work or whatever. It can be in any area of your life. When you have the opportunity to learn from a wise soul, young or old, then take that opportunity. There, individual messages in each card. I also read them overall. So there's that. Then we come to writer. So literally for some of you, this is about using your words wisely. I want to say here with the Sage card, being a writer in whatever capacity that is, in whatever way that is. Okay? You can be a writer about whatever topic it is, right? It may even be you may be a journalist. It doesn't matter. It could be you in your school. It could be creative writing. You could be writing plays, okay? Poems, whatever it is for you, but use your words wisely, because somehow those words are going to be teaching others. And when we have Sacred Mountain here and Eye of the Eagle rising above the fray, I just want to say that is just looking at everything. This is not to put pressure on you in any way. So don't take on that heavy burden of, oh, I've got to get it right. No, you just need to be you, because it's whatever you have to say, not what you think you have to say. That's important, okay? But look, if you could get to the peak, that's where the eagles fly, because up there you can see everything. And when you can see everything, that expands maybe all of those topics or whatever it is that you're writing or even speaking about. It's like the teacher and the student. You know, it reminds me of the Hierophant, right? The teacher and the student. You can be the teacher and you can be the student. And I feel like that's what this is. And maybe you have a mentor that you go to help you out, that you run things by. And that's wonderful. Soak in as much of that creative, wise energy as you can. But also don't be afraid to take chances and fly high to get to the top of that mountain and look out. And I guess just not be afraid to expand what it is that you're already thinking about. It's kind of like go big or go home. All right, that's the main message. This is going to be a short one for you, pile 2, but hey, when the message is there, the message is there. And it also doesn't mean, when I said go after your goals, not everyone in this pile is going to be a writer. Maybe you speak for a living in some way. I don't know. Maybe you're a salesperson and it's your words, right? You can take it however it resonates in your life, but let's get clarification, confirmation, additional advice here from the tarot. Beautiful message. 3 of Pentacles. There we are. Look, people working together. So, like I said, you may have a mentor. Maybe it's an entire group that you work with, okay? Or go to that where you share ideas or, you know, I think of the comedy writers, right? You know, like you watch the late night guys on TV, they have a whole team of comedy writers behind them that they work with. So it could be something like that. Knight of Swords. Yes, I love this. Okay. Like, you know, this is being ambitious. They want you to go after your goal. They want you to be ambitious. Look, he is raring to go. Okay. This is like being driven to succeed. It's using your intellect, thinking quickly, using that intellect to achieve your goal, right? One word of advice that I feel is important here, they're kind of bringing it to my attention, is don't be overly assertive with others or overbearing, okay? Because sometimes that can happen with Knight of Swords energy, and they're just saying just be mindful of that. Just be mindful. 10 of Cups, wish fulfillment, okay? Look, if you go after your goals, this is what they're saying. This is energy, which means this isn't going to necessarily happen. It's, are you going to take the reins in your own life to make this happen, right? Are you going to allow yourself to expand, to think outside of the box? You know, are you going to work well with others or maybe get a team of people behind you? Are you going to take the action? Because if you do, you're going to get the universe, God, source will reward you with abundance in your life. And we always talk about abundance, and abundance can be anything. It can be family. It can be a beautiful home. Material things, right? It can be a nice car. It can be all of those things. It could be this is going to make you a lot of money, which will have you financially comfortable in your life. It could just be abundance in your own self-worth, knowing that what you're doing is helping people, and the feeling that that's going to give you means more than any house, car, or amount of money ever could, right? It's going to be different for everyone, but beautiful message pile too. We're going to get a couple of more oracles here. This is a totem oracle, and then I have the shaman, what's it called? Yeah, the mystical shaman oracle, which I actually read it from the book because the book is awesome. Like, you know, well, all the books are awesome usually that come with the cards, but like sometimes there's just, you just need to read what's in there because it's so great. Strength. You need to stand up and have an opinion because in this case, yours is the only one that counts. This decision will have long-term effects on your future. Okay, that can be an individual message, but I see it tying right in here. You need to stand up. You have things to say to people, and they're meant to be heard. They're worth being heard. That's what they're trying to say to you here, right? Like, you've got it. You've just got to get it out there now. This Knight of Swords energy, get it out there. Just don't be too, don't be overbearing though. They keep bringing that in. So for some of you, that could be a message. Okay, let's get one here from the, so I don't like it when they're upside down. From the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Okay. Many paths. I love that. All right. Let's see what the book has to say. Many paths. Well, look, it's a 34, which is a 7, which is choices, right? Think of the 7 of Cups. So we have, what this book gives is the essence, the invitation, and the medicine. So the essence, all paths lead to spirit. What you bring to your journey is what will determine if yours is a path of suffering, a path of wisdom. We were talking about wisdom, a path of bliss, right? Or a path of loss. And that's what I said. It's your choice. This is the energy that comes in around with the message, and you choose whether or not you make it happen. And you work alongside your, you know, God, source, universe, whomever it is that you go to, your ancestors, your shaman, your sage. Okay. Consider the traveler who met two stonemasons. He asks one what he is doing, and the mason replies, I am squaring out this stone. He asks the other one, who is doing the exact same thing, and gets the reply, I am building a cathedral. One man has a job, the other man has found his work and calling. He is part of an endeavor much greater than himself. Be sure you pick a path with a heart. Beautiful. See, I told you this book. The invitation. Your call now is to take a big, bold step and leave the beaten path. Heaven and earth are conspiring on your behalf to support you in this move. Do not dally lest you miss the moment. It's time to sail into the uncharted. Be sure you attend to both your path through this earth as well as your journey through the stars. They're asking you to connect with God, Source, Universe, with them for guidance. The medicine, you have outgrown your current situation and risk losing your way in your own backyard. You are being called to step out of your comfort zone. Respond now while the call is still a gentle whisper. Even though the woods look thick and impenetrable, venture in and let nature guide your steps through the dark until you reach your destination. Remember, if you do not know where you are going, any path will take you there. Love, oh my heavens, I think I should just read that book for inspiration on a daily basis. Actually, maybe I should start doing that, a card a day. But anyway, you know what? And maybe that's a message for someone there. If you have a little oracle deck or a tarot deck, or maybe you read for yourself, you know what? Or you just get one that's simple to understand, maybe one you've seen in a reading, and pull a card a day for yourself for inspiration. But pile 2, this is your message. Absolutely beautiful. But they're saying go after your goals. And in that book, they said, don't waste any time. Get started now. So thank you very much for all of you who continue to come back reading after reading. I really appreciate it. And for any new people here, again, appreciate you stopping by. And if you know someone who may be stuck in the rut, right? Then please show them this message because it may help them out. There could be a little nugget in any of the words spoken here, right? So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hi to all of you who chose pile 3, this card, or this beautiful kyanite crystal. We are going to get right into your reading. This is a timeless energy reading. The energy coming in today is from your ancestors, your guardians, from the shamans, okay? So, overall energy, awaken your inner shaman. All right. It says connect, invoke, heal. Okay. But let's see what the rest of the cards say. And we're going to do live tarot as well. And I just want to thank those of you who have been coming back reading after reading. I really appreciate your support. And if you're new here, thank you for stopping in. I do like using theme decks. They're all energy readings, but you know, I call them unicorn, dragon, whatever it is, because I love using theme decks. I love tarot decks. I have a lot, and oracles. I have a lot of them. And so I love using them for the messages to bring that energy in, right? Energy's energy. So pile 3. Well, this is pretty much a clear-cut message too. Pile 1, pile 2, totally different, okay? No, I don't even know if they were related in any way. They always are in a sense, because I find even in readings, the same topics sometimes, or the same messages come out, but in a different way. When the universe, God, source wants to get something out, they get it out through the cards. We are the conduit. So, awaken your inner shaman. Connect, invoke, heal. Song of the Wild. It's this Master Ancestor DNA adaptation card that is just standing out. What I want to say is, does it mean you need to become a shaman? Maybe for some of you. For others, no. You could just become a leader of other sorts, whether it's in your family, your community, in your job, in your life in general, the leader of yourself, the leader in your home. You take it as it resonates. But the message is you're meant to be a leader. It's in your DNA, okay? So you might say, yeah, but my parents, no, they weren't like that. Look back. You know, was it your grandparent? Was it an aunt, an uncle that was entrepreneurial even, right? Like, I don't know. I'm saying that for a reason. It's in your DNA. Now, that doesn't mean that because it's in your DNA that happens. No, we have to make things happen ourselves, right? So you can change the outcome, but your DNA is your DNA. It doesn't change. So I just feel like that's it, right? It may be a bit of adapting into this new leadership role that you're going to take on as a wise person. Like I said, even if it's in your friend group, you know, if you're the voice of reason, it can be anything like that. But what I want to say with summer is they want you to do it now. You know, tomorrow is summer solstice. That's it. We're going in. So they want you to start working on this now, okay? There's only 4 season cards, of course, in a deck, and you got one of them. So this is like, they're like, there's no time like the present. We want you to get working on this. And maybe for some of you, this is resonating because you've been thinking about it. You just haven't taken that step yet, right? The Song of the Wild, that just reminds me of free, of going out on an adventure, creating your own song, a new song. So a new path, a new way of doing things. It's like, for me, it's like the Fool card. It's time for a new start. Wild just makes me think of stepping outside the box. Like, don't let the term or the thought of the word leadership or whatever it may be put you into a box. You march to the beat of your own drum. You march to the Song of the Wild that's yours, okay? And with this Wailing Tree Reconciliations, pile 3, this is a 14, 5, 9, 14, which then comes back to a 5 again, which is change or challenge or loss, spirituality, okay? It can be all of these things. And what I want to say about it is, you might think, oh, the Wailing Tree, what? No, that looks so sad. It's not. This card is representing letting go. It's like think of the Tower card or the Death card. This is letting go of what no longer serves you to step into this new being, to adapt into this new way of being. And sometimes that's sad. It feels like loss in our life. Sometimes it, you know, it's just sad because sometimes you have to leave people behind or leave things behind. But it's not ever as bad as you think it is or that it's going to be. But what they're saying is feel those emotions. Don't try to just stuff them down. Don't do that. Feel them. If you're feeling that there's going to be a loss of something, then feel that loss. And feel it as many times as you need to. You can go back and revisit. Think of it as the tree. You can go back and revisit the tree, and then you walk away from the tree again. You don't stay with the tree, okay? That's what I want to say. Very short and sweet. I'm really liking the messages today. Look, I haven't used this deck for a long time, and they're all like, yeah, no kidding. And the messages that have come out are just fabulous today for people. Like, I'm loving it. Oh, okay. So this is, 2 cards come out here. Oh, how interesting. We have the Tower. We have the Knight of Cups. Let's get one more card. I love how I'm going to take that one. And the Knight of Pentacles. All right, you guys. Here we are. I just spoke about this is like a Tower moment. Things may need to burn to the ground so that you can build them back up. Solid. Okay, for some of you, that may resonate. For others, it will not. But that house, if you look at it, doesn't look like it's really straight and solid, like it's going to topple over at any moment. Let it happen. Don't fight it. Just go with it, because when you start building it back up, you will have no doubt just how solid of a foundation you've built for yourself. And again, in whatever area that this is. Knight of Cups is just speaking to me of being creative, right? Of being creative, of looking for the beauty in this new venture, I'm going to say, that you're going to go on. Adventure, maybe a better word. It's using your imagination, right? Because if you're letting things go, then let's be creative and imaginative of what you can replace those things with, but also about the life that you can have. Like, it's okay to dream about it. And with the Knight of Pentacles, this for me is just saying, you know what? Take your time. This isn't a race. The Knight of Pentacles is like, I think all Pentacles pretty much are like steady Eddie, but especially when we get up into the court cards, you know, because they want you to be successful. They want you to be abundant. They want you to take your time. You don't need to rush into this. They want you to just be methodical, take the necessary steps and actions, and just go along, listen for guidance, be responsible about it. Like I said, even though I said they want you to get on it right now, that doesn't mean that's just the start. That doesn't mean you need to finish by the end of summer, okay? So in other words, don't put that pressure on yourself. All right, pile 3, love this message. Let's get a totem oracle here, and then we're going to do a oracle card from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and I actually read from the book because it's a beautiful, the messages in there, the way they break it down. So you'll see. Okay, pile 3, what else do you need to know? Sadness. Okay. Allow yourself the space to feel miserable. Mourn what has been lost or what cannot be. If you don't take the time now, your sadness will catch up with you later when you're least expecting it. That's why I said live or feel those emotions. Do not allow them to fester. So go to the tree, feel them, but walk away from the tree, okay? Even if if that's the way you have to think of this card. Right? Go back to the beginning, take a screenshot of it and be like, I'm going to the card to feel my emotion. I'm going to reconcile my feelings here, but then I'm walking away because you don't want it festering if you try to bury it and then for it to come back later. All right. Lovely messages. You can take each one of these messages individually or as a whole, but let's get a mystical shaman here. Flow. Maybe it's let the tears flow, right? But it's also just going with the flow. But let's go to the book because I don't know why I'm so very excited about this book. I think this might be the first time I've used this deck too. So we have the essence, we have the invitation, and we have the medicine. So there is a natural movement of events in the world. You can see it in phenomenon such as the tide, the ebb and flow of oceans and rivers that rise up from the earth, then flow to the sea. The symbol of flow represents the effortless and natural movement toward a certain destination. It signifies an ability to gracefully move around obstacles and reminds you of the sense of allowing, the invitation. When flow comes to visit, it's a sign that your intentions have been in motion. Now is the time to allow nature to run its course. You are being called to effortless movement and the path of least resistance. It's like being within music, flowing with partnership. Think of an artist who creates without guile or craft, calling creatively up from the soul and bringing it to life without effort. You are called to be like a river, knowing the fulfillment of destiny is assured. Enjoy the ride. That just reminds me of that Knight of Cups, right? Being creative. and finding joy in it. The medicine, don't try to push against the river or swim upstream right now. So funny. I did a reading last week, I do believe, that was about swimming up. I was like, don't go with the flow. Don't swim upstream. The salmon do that. Some of them are successful. The fish that aren't doing that are probably more successful. But anyway, you can trust that when the time is right, your dreams will begin to take shape and you will be invited to dance with destiny. Right now, however, you must relax. This is not the time to bang on doors that refuse to open. Whatever obstacle is in front of you right now, trust this is for the highest good. It is an opportunity to regroup and reconsider your choices. And you must trust that your intentions will take form in good time. Consider this time a gift. That ties into the Knight of Pentacles. While I said they want you to start it this summer or to really even start digging in and thinking about it, okay? But it's not a race. One step at a time, just go with the flow. If there's obstacle like the debris of the crashing, what was the card here? Oh yeah, of the, like I said, here and here, like of the tower. This is a tower, sorry, but with the whaling trail, then, you know, it may throw out some big concrete blocks in your steps and you may have to, you know, walk around them or just wait until they are removed. But anyway, pile 3, that is your message. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm so happy that you're here with me. If I didn't say it at the beginning, thank you to everyone who continues to come back and watch my videos. I appreciate the support. It helps me to grow my channel. If you know someone going through this, someone who you know they're destined to do something in their life and maybe in a leadership role or whatever it is, then pass this message along to them, because it really could be the little nugget, the little tidbit that they need to get them going, to get them started this summer. Tomorrow's the first day of summer. So, you know what? Oh, sorry. At the time I'm recording this, I keep thinking this is coming out right away. I believe this is going to be coming out, I want to say a week from now. But anyway, tomorrow is the solstice. I recorded this on the 20th. So anyway, pile 3, that is your message. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.